Mr. Limbrick.
Thank you, President. My question is for the Minister for Health. Back in June, there was a major protest in the City of Melbourne, and many here criticised the protesters and the government's response. I, however, did not. In fact, I chose to bear witness to these events, and I attracted much criticism in doing so. Regardless, let me inform the House what I witnessed. I saw protesters voluntarily handing out masks and hand sanitiser, and remember this was before masks were mandatory, and the protesters were largely peaceful and trying to take personal responsibility. Even more interestingly, I saw a large police presence who, although they were clearly ready for trouble, acted professionally and were respectful of people's right to peaceful assembly. This stands in stark contrast to what we've seen at recent protests. My question to the Minister is the question that many in the community are now asking. Why are these two groups of protesters being treated so differently?
Minister.
Exactly. The question the member has posed is really a matter that falls within the Minister for Police's responsibilities.
Order. Order. Mr. Limbrick on a point of order.
Point of order. The directions clearly come from the Minister's department, and therefore how they are policed is certainly a different matter, but those directions come from the Minister's department, surely.
Order. Order. Minister.
President, yes, it is correct that the Chief Health Officer has issued legal directions, and it is then for authorised officers and members of Victoria Police to enforce those. If it is in fact Victoria Police exercising those powers, those enforcement powers, then they are in fact operational matters that do sit with the Police Command and the Minister for Police.
Mr. David.
The practicality of the orders, the directions, is actually a legitimate point of question, and the implementation of them is also a practical matter that the member is entitled to ask.
Order. Order. Mr. Limbrick have asked the Minister a question, and the Minister said that the responsibility of Minister of Police. Now, Mr. Limbrick, you can redirect your question to Minister Tini, who represents the Minister of Police, if you want that, and she will get the answer for you. Are you happy with that?
No, I'll just move to my supplementary question, if that's okay.
Your supplementary question then. Thank you.
Okay, so peaceful assembly is just one human right that's being limited by the current directions. What action is the Minister taking to ensure that health directions are necessary, proportionate and the least restrictive of rights?
Minister.
President, just today I have tabled a report to the Parliament on the extensions of the declaration of a state of emergency. That report also contains the advice that the Chief Health Officer has provided to me in terms of the most recent extension of the state of emergency. I would refer the member to that advice that the Chief Health Officer has provided me in relation to all those matters that we've discussed before that are needed to be considered under the Public Health and Wellbeing Act.